Happy Thursday, everybody. It is Paul Fleming with your Chamber Check-In, and today we get to have a conversation with Mr. Jeff Heath, President and CEO, Business Interiors of Idaho. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for having me. It's awesome.
Hey, I wish that was where you were. That's a sweet office space you got there already.
There's so much room in here. I mean, if we had masks on, there's several other seats in this room. We could be 6 feet. We could make it work.
Oh, my gosh. So you guys have been members since 1989. And during that time, you guys have been huge community partners and investors in this community in so many different ways. But I really wanted to take the time today to discover the history and share the history with business about Business Interiors of Idaho. Websites are out there. People can go and look at them. But this is a great forum to actually get a real live discussion about checking in with the history of Business Interiors of Idaho. So if you could let the audience know a little bit about that, how you guys got your start.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of funny. I think maybe my mom is watching more closely with the business than I think she is. She was just texting me before that. She's like, "What's that chamber thing you're doing later today?" So apparently she'd been keeping an eye on things and knew that we were checking in. So yeah, we're a family-owned business. I now own 50% of the business, and my parents, my mom and dad, own the other half. We've been in business for 35 years now in Boise. This building that we're in now, my parents built in '91, and I was raised upstairs, basically in the conference room is where my crib was. We've since reconfigured and changed the upstairs. No need for that crib anymore. We have Wheelhouse. It's a co-working space up there that we get to show our products in, and we still get to have a lot of community members in there. Some people from the ULI, USGBC, a bunch of other individual business owners up there now. So it's kind of a cool asset to be able to provide downtown. But yeah, when my parents first started the business, they were in an old Firestone tire shop down where the Idaho Power Building is.
Wow.
And I think, as you know or remember, downtown Boise was not necessarily the place people wanted to be. And so when they were tearing down that building to build the Idaho Power Building, there was a broker who told them that they really needed to look at this lot. And I ended up buying this building and the Bardenay building, and we own a few other lots as a family down the street. So have a solid presence in Boise from both our business interiors business and from the real estate aspect, and we love it. We really enjoy being down here and being a part of the community and interacting with all the people and businesses that brings.
Awesome. Well, with that rich history, we've got 2020 almost under our belt. Tell me about how your team is doing and how you guys have adapted.
Yeah. Do you think it'll get better after 2020, Paul? I mean, is that the hope?
Well, hopefully we're over some type of a hurdle, at least halfway over it. I don't know.
Yeah, something, right? It's at least some sort of benchmark. Yeah, it's been challenging for everybody, I think, for a variety of reasons. Our team has been awesome, been really able to be really flexible and agile, work remotely, some people in the office where appropriate, maintain the distancing and safety that we need to come together and work. It was kind of sad. I think when people were away from each other for so long, everybody realized how much they enjoyed working together and being around each other. And so I think that was the biggest hurdle, is just, all the efforts that come with collaboration when you're not together. I mean, I don't think technology is quite the same. As you said, you wish you were here with me. But we had an opportunity not too long ago to do a retreat outside as a team at the Girl Scout camp. If you check out our Facebook feed, there's a video of our cardboard boat races that we did with some old chair boxes. And so finding opportunities to get together like that as a team to refocus on, what we're trying to do and how we can help our customers navigate through, changing their workspace to provide safer standards, has been really good and really helped us, stay on track and understand what we're still working towards and what we're moving towards.
That's great. It's so important to engage with our team now more than ever, since we don't have those water cooler talks and we can't go down the hall and hey, what's the number for this contact? What's your contact? Share that with, you got to wait for somebody to answer their phone or get back to you, an email. So anyway, kudos to you for gathering with your team and making that top importance. Hey, while we have this audience today, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your services and products, from the office furniture stuff, but let people know the other things that you guys provide.
Yeah. So within the scope of services we provide, obviously, in a lot of cases, furniture is the end product. You can see just in this room, I think is a really good example of the variety of things. This glass behind me is a modular walls product that lends to really flexible, agile spaces to be able to reconfigure, build rooms, change rooms. One day it's a conference room, the next day it's an office or a small collaborative space. To over on this side, acoustic sound products, and the furniture pieces. So that's kind of the tangible physical aspect that most people see when we're done with our projects. But we have a whole team of interior designers, all of which, are formally educated in some sort of interior design program, accredited institutions. And so we help a lot of organizations with space planning and design of their spaces. So a lot of what we've been doing right now is helping people reevaluate their leases. As we reach the year end, do an audit on should we be moving? It's what kind of things can we do to be more flexible with an unclear future? So helping people produce plans, for density, what's a COVID-friendly space? How high do partitions need to be to, inhibit the transmission of particles? What kind of surfaces are cleanable and easy to clean? How can we add stack kits to existing businesses or locations? So we've been helping a few people who got some CARES Act money add some, stack kits and glass partitions to their existing panels that we helped them with previously to help optimize that space, and just, the education and knowledge of how they can change their space. A lot of what we do that through is providing visualizations. So we 3D render everything that we do before we pull the trigger on anything, so people can understand really, how does this change have an impact on our space, or really what are we getting before we pull the trigger on anything.
Well, and what great timing to offer a different space design, because I'm sure everybody's looking for different ways of making a seamless transition when people start to come back to work, if you haven't already started. So I would encourage everyone who's looking at that or thinking about that as a business owner who has office space and are inviting their staff back to give Jeff a call and have their team kind of help. You guys do a lot of different things too. And I also saw that you can actually move people and spaces as well here in the Valley or across the country. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we have a full installation team. We have a warehouse over on Mitchell and Emerald, and we've got a whole crew. So we, as I mentioned, with some of those retrofits or reconfigures, we can, pull product apart, reconfigure it, adjust it, change it, add to it. So do kind of a full reconfiguration suite and package of solutions.
Cool. One-stop shop.
Exactly. What are you think? What are you seeing with Paul? Are you seeing people want to come back into the office, or what are you hearing from other people you're doing check-ins with?
Well, I think it's the size of the organization. I think if you're with a corporate organization that's got the reins pulled in tight, right, and they want to be the leaders in safety, and they want to have a conservative outlook on keeping their people safe, and then you have mom and pop stores that, hey, they've got to be open, they've got to be in business, they don't have a choice, right?
Right.
So it's all over the place, Jeff. But one thing's for sure is that you're here to stay, and you offer solutions for businesses and a really unique atmosphere. And I've got to see you change just even your office space over the last 7 years into what it is now. That showroom that you have is unparalleled. Tell us about some of the furniture brands that you've brought in to enhance that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a big variety of manufacturers and options. Like I said, it's a whole package and suite of solutions, from lighting to acoustic treatments to lounge/soft seating, and all the way to workstations and private offices. So Hayworth is our main aligned manufacturer, if you will. the easiest way I describe it is, think of a car dealership. They have their main brand, whether it be Ferrari or Maserati on the top end, to someone like Ford or GM, maybe in the middle upper end. So we have brands and lines that can hit every price point, different levels of warranties and capabilities that way. And so really it's, we understand what the customer's need is. First of all, what's the function that they're trying to achieve? What's the aesthetic they're trying to achieve? And then what's the budget? So that's kind of how we try and approach our process, is really understand what the end user is, what the desired state of their space and company, and what it's going to facilitate in terms of work, culture, other interactions with the team, right? It might be a little bit different right now with COVID and how we're approaching those sort of solutions, maybe a little bit less interaction or larger, broader kind of shared meeting spaces. But yeah, that's really what it comes to be. So we pick from that broad selection to craft a good solution. And interesting that you bring up the remodel. So we had started a remodel of our first floor to add some people to our team. We've been growing over time, and a big piece of that, as I said, started before COVID. So as it kind of landed and completed, and as stage 4 kind of dialed back and we were allowed to be back into the workspace, our marketing team did a really cool back to the showroom, play on Back to the Future series of blog posts about our showroom, and it addresses a lot of that. How did we do a reconfigure on a really tight budget? How did we address acoustics? How did we deal with putting people who were more outgoing into private offices? I was shoved into a private office, and I had previously been working out with the team, and Doug, our COO, both pretty outgoing people, and felt like we were going to be lonely and locked in a box. So one of the blog posts covers, how did we address that so that we still feel connected and a part of the team. So yeah, Ryan on our team did a really good job with those, and I would definitely encourage people to check that out. Kind of a fun thing to look at.
Okay. Hey, I want to make sure that I let everybody know how to get a hold of you. So at the bottom there is their website and a phone number to connect with you today. Members since 1989, a part of the Young Professionals program, an investor in this community for over 35 years. On your website, Jeff, you have on the About Us page on the bottom, it shows all your community partners. I had to keep scrolling because you have so many partners in this community. That's what this is all about. It's members doing business with members. That's the circle of life in the chamber, right? So thank you for your membership. Thank you for your investment in this community. And thank you for your participation with us and our programs and services. It means a lot, Jeff.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate you making some time so that we could chat.
Absolutely. Hey, have a great weekend. And I look forward to our next conversation where we can actually have a beer and we can cheers to 2020 and look forward to 2021, my friend.
If you let me know, I could have had one ready. I mean, we could. Yeah, I look forward to that day as well, Paul.
Okay. All right. Hey, take care, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Thanks so much. Bye.